Alright, we had two epic films to start this trilogy. Can Christopher Nolan close out his trilogy in similar fashion? Let's see. The Dark Knight Rises, and before I keep going, I do have allergy problems today, so that's why my voice sucks. Now on to Batman. The Dark Knight Rises follows Bruce Wayne, and it's 8 years after The Dark Knight, and he's in self-exile. He doesn't want to see anyone, he doesn't let anyone see him, so no one really knows where he is. Some people might think he's dead. Certain people are still feeling the after effects of The Dark Knight, like Jim Gordon. He still has to keep his word from what happened at the end of The Dark Knight. And you have Bane coming in, and Bane is on a mission to destroy Gotham. And you can just see this right from the start that Bane is all business. He has a clear plan, and he knows what he's doing. I don't really want to get into more of the plot because I'd start spoiling things. It's just too much for me to explain in one little video. But yeah, Bane is coming in, he's destroying Gotham, and then Batman has to come back to try and stop him. That's the most basic plot summary of the movie I could ever give, so there you go. Everyone's expectations for this movie have been sky high for months now. Mine, personally, I've kept my hype in check, because I really didn't want to have them so high that they would be unfulfillable and that I'd get disappointed in the end. Last time I had hype extremely high was The Avengers. That luckily did not disappoint me, so that was really good, but this I did not want to get too hyped up for because I was worried that I would just get disappointed in the end. Now, is The Dark Knight Rises good? Oh yes, it is great. I love this movie. It is a great way to close out this trilogy. Because first of all, let's start with the acting, because there is a huge cast in this movie. First, the returning cast. Christian Bale as Batman and Bruce Wayne again. He is great in these movies. He has been great ever since Batman Begins. And this, I think, is his best performance in all the three movies. In all three of them, they've been great, but here it was just more emotionally resonating for me. Because he had to go on this journey to try and figure out what he really wanted. Gary Oldman as Jim Gordon, he is also great in these movies. He's always been great. Morgan Freeman as Lucius Fox, he's always awesome. And Michael Caine as Alfred. I made a joke in one of my trailer reviews that all Alfred was gonna do in this movie was cry. And actually, he does not cry throughout the whole movie. But there are certain points where Michael Caine really had to act and make it genuine. And they were very, very well done. They were seriously, they just got me really emotional. I'm not gonna say anything else, but that was really, really great acting. Now we got a bunch of new people in this cast. Anne Hathaway as Selena Kyle / Catwoman. She is great in this movie. She completely defines the role of Catwoman. Because I think she's the best Catwoman we've ever had. Because I did not grow up with Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman, so I am not emotionally attached to that. And when I watch Batman Returns, it's just fucking weird how she becomes Catwoman. Here, I don't even think they refer to Selena Kyle's Catwoman in the movie, but she's just great in this movie. She's sexy, she's smart, she's fantastic in this role. And you got Joseph Gordon-Levitt as one of the last good cops in Gotham. He kind of works with Jim Gordon for most of the movie, and he's great here too. Who am I forgetting? Oh yeah, a little guy, you know, Tom Hardy, Bane. Oh my god, what a presence this guy had on screen in this movie. Anyone who's worried about Tom Hardy being too tiny as Bane, you have nothing to worry about. He is huge, giant, menacing in this movie. He is the type of guy that can kill you with his goddamn pinky. I will say this though, when I went to see the prologue in December in New York at Mission Impossible, Bane's voice was great in that. It was menacing, it was dark, it was really cool, and I could understand what he was saying, so I didn't have a problem with that. Then they changed it apparently, because Nolan said he wouldn't change it, but he definitely did. Bane's voice is very high and annoying in the prologue. It just sounds really cartoonish. After that, I got past that and the voice started to even out and do well for me. I still couldn't understand a few things he said, but I don't think that's a fault for the movie, because in the future I'm just gonna watch this movie again and I'll figure out what he's saying and then it won't be a problem, so I'm not even gonna fault the movie for that. There's so many more people in the movie, I can't really talk about everyone. I mean, Marion Cotillard as Miranda Tate, she is very good in this movie. Alright, you know what, there's one performance. Matthew Modine, he's this like police chief or something like that, and in the movie, his performance, it's fine. It doesn't really take the movie down, but he is a dick in real life, so I really did not care for his character at all. Now, Christopher Nolan has built this trilogy in perfect fashion. It just blends together so well, and it ties together at the end of this movie. It works perfectly. There's no loose ends, and that's what I like, because I was worried that he would just, like, leave this ambiguous ending that would make everyone, like, guess and pissed off. I would be pissed off if this ending was ambiguous. The scope of this movie is larger than either of the other two Batman movies, and that was really cool. There's this one shot where Batman is standing on like a pole, just looking over the city. It's panning around him. It's amazing to watch. And oh my god, the fight scenes between Batman and Bane are so intense in this movie. It's disturbing how good of a fighter Bane is. And those fights really make you worry for Batman's safety, because Bane is just an all-out badass. He's like a bulldog. He will not stop fighting until Batman's like down and almost dead. And the fight scenes are directed really well. They look real. They look fantastic. I'm not going to spoil it, but the end of the movie is very emotional for me. I got really emotional at the end. You really felt for everything that was going on, because you're attached to these characters for 3 movies and it's finally ending. And it's just like, I don't want this to end. It's so good. I don't want it to be over. But the movie does wrap up really perfectly. I could not think of a better way to end this movie. It's just fantastic. One of the things I originally thought was a fault in the movie was the fact that I could predict a lot of what was going on. Like, during the movie, I was just sitting there in my seat, like, certain things happened earlier on in the movie. I was like, oh, that's gonna go to that, and that's gonna happen then. And I did kind of predict a lot of what was gonna happen in the movie. I expected a little bit more unpredictability for a Nolan Batman movie, but I thought about it, now that I know what happens and just watching it again, the predictability factor isn't even gonna factor in, so it's going to be fine for me. Dark Knight Rises is one of the best movies of the year. I wouldn't say best. I'm still leaning on Avengers for that. I know that'll probably piss a lot of people off, but I am. It still gets a jumbo popcorn. I highly suggest you go check it out right now. Go to the theater, just watch it over and over again. 2 hours and 45 minutes, it flies by. Not once did I check my watch or phone. Also, next week I'm going to do a giant video, spoiler-filled, about all 3 of Nolan's Batman. Just talk about all of them, how I feel about everything. I'm gonna wait till my voice clears up, though. I really want to do it with a good voice. I apologize if this review comes off as really bad because of my voice. I just couldn't really help that. Blame allergies, not me. Just, you know, stab the allergies. So what do you guys think of The Dark Knight Rises? Did you enjoy it? Did you not enjoy it? What's your favorite Nolan Batman? Mine's still The Dark Knight. I love, love, love that movie. And what's your favorite villain of this whole Nolan series? I know that Heath Ledger gave a better performance by far, but I like Bane as the best villain. I'm just saying, he's such a menacing figure. I like physicality more than psychological, so Bane for me, that's who it is. Ready to be able to comment down there and tell me what you think. And if you like this video, hit that subscribe button up there, because if you don't, you have my permission to die.